Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is a pick a card and we're going to take a look at what upgrades are taking place in your life and in what areas of life these upgrades are taking place in. So if you have not as of yet chosen a card on the table, by all means please go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below where you can go directly to the portion of the video that's going to give you an up close and personal look at the cards on the table. You can pause anywhere on that screen if you need to extend your time for your selection process. And let's say if during your selection process you feel led to pick more than one card on the table, please listen to your intuition. That's always highly recommended here. Choose more than one card if you feel it necessary to get the most out of this reading. These readings are also timeless, so whether you watch it at the upload time or sometime later down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive nudge and pull to watch, there may indeed be a message here for you. Nonetheless, what I always try to remind everybody is that these readings are general. They're not going to connect with everybody that is watching, although if there is a message here for you, I always set the intention that it'll find you when it's meant to. So with all that being said, Star Family, let's go ahead and get you directly to your reading of choice. Pile number one, viewers, you chose this feather for your reading. There's a message on the back of this card. I'll be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. We are looking to find out what upgrades are taking place in your life. We'll also find out what areas they may fall in. So let's go ahead and get started. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot here that I'm using for you today. So let's see, pile number one, upgrades taking place in your life. What upgrades are taking place in your life? Pile number one, viewers, upgrades. What upgrades are taking place in your life? Let's see. And if I need more cards, I will always grab off to the side, but let's take a look. All right, we have the Moon, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Star. Holy cow. Okay, so you have wish fulfillment here. Possibly manifestation, also divine guidance and direction. Likewise, you have action, movement, speed, momentum happening with the knight because he's, normally depicted on a horse, and that's what the symbolism is all about. But it's also about movement forward, progress taking place, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Moon. So the Moon is also about intuitive energy. So the upgrades I'm seeing here for you, for one, have to do with intuitive nudges and perhaps insights and downloads with the Moon energy. So you might have a heightened sense of psychic ability, or you might have your already existing gifts in that area of life be elevated in some way. The Moon symbolizes intuition, the unknown, the veil, sometimes the things that are hidden. So it's this energy of, being able to pierce through and to see what other people from the outside looking in can't pick up, but you see it, you feel it, maybe you have second sight in some way, The Moon is that. So it could be that for some of you, the area of your life that these upgrades are coming in have to do with your psychic abilities, maybe your clairs, right? Your clairaudience, your clairsentience, maybe the downloads that you receive are increasing, but they're helping you to navigate your world in some way, navigate through, and maybe possibly for some of you, an unknown period of life. And I say unknown because the Moon review, is that energy where things are hidden and you don't always see things clearly for what they are. But the intuitive energy, the Moon, allows you to navigate through uncertainty or things that are hidden or unknown by using your intuitive gifts. So it's like you don't need to see necessarily when you have intuition that's like a built-in GPS system, right, of your soul. So for some of you, it's definitely the psychic abilities and gifts and connections to spirit and the subconscious, especially with the Moon, that are increasing and upgrading for you. For others of you, it has to do with some kind of movement, and it has to do with maybe career moves. Maybe for some of you that you're feeling intuitively nudged with the Moon to pursue with the Knight of Pentacles. So the upgrades are taking place in regards to work, career, progress in regards to your goals, forward movement and momentum, possibly where at one time things were not clear to you. Now they're being made clear to you because you're trusting yourself to move forward. So it's this inner instinct that's creating the nudge, creating the push, and allowing you to pursue goals, maybe where they've been stuck or stagnant for quite some time. The upgrades that are taking place have to do with progress in regards to those goals that you have for yourself. I say goals because the Knight of Pentacles, he goes and pursues his earthly goals in a tangible way by taking one step at a time, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. And it's doing it at that pace that allows things to get accomplished in a very productive and stable way. You also have the Star. So the Star is definitely your wish fulfillment, your manifestations. It's also divine guidance in the way that spirit and the universe kind of move you and shake you and send you signs and signals to navigate by. So when I see the moon with the star, two major arcanas here, it's telling me that there's some divine influence taking place in your life right now, helping you to move forward in the direction of positive progress. And that positive progress could definitely be in the direction of your physical earthly goals that you want to achieve, the manifestations and intentions with the star that maybe you set for yourself, the higher wishes and fulfillments of your life, as well as upgrades in your spiritual journey, your psychic abilities, your connection to spirit, your connection with the star, maybe to the ancestral spirits as well that guide us from the heavens in that way. I always say that stars are like, I always say that stars are us in the sky. It's like a mirror image of us down here. We're basically earthbound stars. And there's always this etheric umbilical cord that connects us from here in this earthly avatar to the celestial, spiritual, infinite, divine, eternal beings that we are up in the heavens, okay, or up in other spiritual realms and dimensions. So there's this etheric connection from you down here to up there, and she is pointing to the heavens with this card, and she's pointing down below. So it's like this connection between heaven and earth being made in some way. So if I equate that back to the idea of manifestation taking place and the upgrades in the progress of those things manifesting for you, this is energy indicating to me, with the imagery on the card especially, that there is the magic, there's magic taking place where you're able to create heaven on earth as it is in heaven, so above, so below. As above, right? As above, so below, or whatever, so within, so without. You know the saying. So it's telling me that the upgrades that are taking place for you are helping to put you on the path to wish fulfillment, put you on the path to a higher sense of awareness and connection to spirit, to help you navigate not only your earthly realm, but also help you create, okay, the things that you imagine in the visionary world of spirit and the subconscious moon, right? Visionary energy of Aquarius. It's helping you to create those things that you plant successfully in the subconscious mind of the moon and make them tangible in a physical earthly way here on earth. Okay, so these are major upgrades. So if you've been working on a manifestation, if you've been working towards a goal, if there's something that you've been wishing for on your heart, the upgrades that are taking place for you have to do in those areas. But just know with the Knight of Pentacles that you are making steady, stable, secure, tangible progress in the direction of these things. And if you're not seeing these things make progress yet or get out of a stuck, stagnant energy, then the progress, you will start seeing it soon. And that is literally the upgrade here. Major progress in the direction of your divine path, your wish fulfillment, your potential and fullest purpose. And the feeling is that spirit is going to help guide you there. Guide you right and true, because the star is like the North Star. It's stable, it's secure, it's always going to help you navigate, like the constellations are a map in the sky, literally. So it's always going to help you find your way to the goal achieved. So the feeling is here there's hope, there's faith in this direction with the star energy. Just know that you are being led in the right direction. You're going to start seeing positive progress towards your goals very soon. And you're going to be able to take inspired action as you need to. But just know that a lot of this inspired action could be coming to you through intuitive downloads, dreams. Pay attention to those, right? And the nudges and signs and synchronicities from spirit that are there to inspire you and guide you in the right direction. Okay. So yeah, for some of you, you could be moving. Also, that could be the upgrade. Moving to a place that's more in alignment with your spiritual needs and path and purpose as well. There's this energy of the moon dropping hints, okay, that it's time to go. It's time to do something. It's time to move in the direction of this thing because it's in right alignment with you. And there's something about doing this thing, taking action in the direction of that, moving to that place, let's say, that's in direct alignment with your wish fulfillment as well. And it's going to help you materialize and manifest the life that you wish to see here on earth, because you've already, with the visionary energy of Aquarius and the subconscious of the moon, you've already successfully planted that seed in the subconscious, so then it can then materialize into earthly form. Okay. I know that was a lot, but I hope you understood what I was saying. Let's see if we can just grab a few of the Making Magic cards here. Again, for some of you, there's something moving and shaking when it comes to your career. You're making progress in that direction too. I also feel like one of the upgrades is like you've been in a certain position for a while, and now it's time to advance forward. That would be the Knight of Pentacles. So like, say you've been at the same position at your job for a while, and it's like, you know, okay, when am I going to get my pay raise? When am I going to get moved up in the company, let's say, or something like that? And then finally, you know, that comes through for you, and you're able to get out of maybe a position you kind of outgrew. And I say that because the knight is on its way to becoming a queen, right? There's always, the pages go from a page to a knight to a queen to a king. And when we see the progression and maturity from a page to a king, we know that there have been steps taken to get to that point. We know that there has been kind of like an evolution or progress being made in the direction of that. So it's like the knight is on the move. He's ready to go. He's ready to advance forward movement with the knights, right? So it's like you're ready to advance forward or level up in some area of your career, and it's time for it. It's been a while. Maybe you've been stuck at the energy of a page or a knight for some time, and it's like, okay, now it's time to move on from that because you've learned all you can learn in those scenarios. Now it's time to kind of solidify you in a position of more authority or maybe even more responsibility. But at the end of the day, it's to help move you along, right? Because you really can't grow where you're at or what you're doing. If you're constantly repetitively doing the same thing, you're never going to really grow that way. So I feel like there's a need for more maturity in what you're doing or in your field in some way. And this upgrade or advancement is going to help you access that. Okay. Maybe it's what you've been wanting for a while with the wish card. So let's see. Oh, whoa. Okay. So look at this. Mystic Star. Harmony in the home and great friendships. Just confirming the star energy, okay? There's harmony and alignment taking place. Yes, there's also, I feel, a balance energy taking place between spirit and earthly as well. Okay, and yes, harmony in the home and great friendships. So yeah, I mean, if you're getting an up level in your career in some way, that could definitely benefit your household too. So that's positive. Yes, Philosopher's Stone. Powerful. Look, manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energies. Again, ties very much into what I was already saying with the star card and the ability to plant successfully in the subconscious mind those things that you wish to intend for yourself, and then have them, you know, have the physical earthly matrix reflected back to you, right? Yeah, and have them manifested. It's like marrying the earthly and the spiritual and being able to master the two. And that's how you do with manifestation, create heaven on earth. Okay, as above, so below as above, right? So there you go. Look, achievement. Win the award, accolade, or contract. So again, if you're being offered an upgrade or some kind of up leveling in your career or progress towards your goal, you know, you're achieving things here. And you might get a contract that helps up level you or upgrade you in some way in your physical earthly realm. Again, I feel a lot of this is coming through because you've been setting your intentions successfully to do that or to have that happen for you. And you've been, you know, working towards these things little by little, which again help to lay the foundation, right? Earthly energy of the pentacles help lay the foundation for it to come to fruition. Let's see what this card says. Turkey feather. Okay, so honor your own time of harvest. Look at that. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. So some of you have been working towards something, and you've been, you know, putting your gifts, your talents, and your skills to work. And this is saying that it's harvest time. Okay, and also to just be mindful that maybe even though your harvest with the Knight of Pentacles has been slow in coming, okay, trust that with the Knight of Pentacles, he takes his time, methodically, patiently, lays the foundation for these things to take place so he can sit eventually like that King of Pentacles and reap the harvest of his hard work, right? So a lot of times when the foundation of something has been laid down precisely, maybe slowly, know that it's stable, it's not going anywhere. So when you finally reap the harvest, the wait would have been worth it because you created a stable foundation to secure it. So if you see other people, maybe other people have been achieving things ahead of you. Maybe you see other people, you know, accessing their wish fulfillment ahead of you or something, and it makes you feel like your timeline is on the slow side. Well, just know that some things are made to last. You know, sometimes when you get things too fast or they come at you too fast, they leave just as quickly. So if you've been faithfully, star card, laying the foundation one step at a time with that Knight of Pentacles, trusting the process of it, even though you didn't know where it was all headed, that patience is going to be rewarded. And that's why it says honor your own time of harvest, because your timeline is not anybody else's and their timeline isn't yours. Everything that's being laid out for your harvest is laid out exactly when it was meant to be harvested. Okay. So I love this because it's just telling me that your harvest is secure. And that's because it's maybe been a slow process to get to this point or get to this upgrade or get to the wish fulfillment or get to the goal achieved. But that process was purposeful. That timeline was purposeful. And it's to secure it, not so it can slip through your fingers, but so that way you can hold it forever. Okay. So let's get some angel numbers for you. I have the dice here. I do want to roll the dice. I'm wondering if I should grab a final oracle, even though I feel like that was kind of a final oracle, but I still feel like I should before I grab the dice. So let's see. Final oracle card, pile number 1, please. Upgrades in the journey, upgrades in life. And then I'll grab the dice, okay? So let's see. Final oracle, pile number 1. Okay, so we have 2 cards here. That's fine. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have friendship. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. So, I mean, we have the energy over here that's talking about harmony in the home and great friendship. So again, your relationships could definitely be up-leveling too in this part of your journey. It says anticipation. I love that. It says something wonderful is happening. Changes in the air. So open yourself up to the blessings on their way. Absolutely, right? And the beautiful dragonfly energy is one of change and transformation as well, and being light of spirit. The unicorns also are symbolic of coming into alignment within one's within yourself, your journey, your higher self, and that connection to spirit. So it all makes sense, okay? And as you up level in your spiritual journey, you also attract high vibrational things, high vibrational, relationships as well. And things just naturally flow that way to you. Okay. So I like this. Let's see if we can get angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These numbers that come up for you may confirm a lot of what I've already said in the reading and or provide you with a message that you need personally on your journey at this time. I don't recommend a source to look up because there could be sources on the internet maybe that I recommend and you don't like, and I never want to imply that one source is better over another, so I have you do your own research for the numbers. Likewise, I want you to do the research for yourself, because sometimes when you do that, you come across other signs, synchronicity, and serendipity Spirit needs you to find. If I gave you a shortcut, trust me, I might rob you of that beautiful process to find those extra nuggets that Spirit wants to give you. And I never want that to happen. I never want to rob you of finding your own magic that way. So go ahead and find your own magic. Do the research for yourself with the number that comes up and see how it applies to you and this reading. All right, so we have number 2. 2. Okay, I love it so far. All right. A number 2, another number 2. So you have 222. All right, you're definitely coming into alignment with something, maybe someone, but it's definitely something that is on your wish list. Okay, you're coming into alignment with something. Number 2 is all about unions, coming together, alignment, joining of partnerships. Can speak of love, possibly for some of you. You're definitely aligning with something that you've been wanting to achieve, and that's part of the upgrade for you. So pile number 1, I will go ahead and put the number in the screen for you. Go ahead and look it up, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Maybe visit my Etsy shop. I have personal readings there when available. I even have starseed t-shirts that I've designed myself. Go ahead and check those out, including other cool things like handmade crystal jewelry in my shop. Have some fun exploring at your leisure. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 2, you chose this feather card here. There is a message on the back of this. I will be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. We are looking at upgrades taking place in your life at this time, and we'll also find out what areas of life they're happening in. Okay, so I have the Everyday Witch Tarot here for you. Let's see, pile number 2, viewers. Upgrades taking place in your life. Let's see. What upgrades are taking place in your life? Let's get 3 cards here. Upgrades in your life. Pile number 2, viewers. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3. Okay. If I need more cards, I always grab off to the side, but let's take a look. All right, so we have the Strength card. We have the 10 of Cups. Whoa, and the 2 of Pentacles. You know, I really like this. I feel like the part of the upgrade that's taking place in your life has to do with this 2 of Pentacles. It's about finding a happy balance in your journey, in your life, maybe in your family life as well with the 10 of Cups, in your home, okay? Let's say you don't have, you're not married or have kids or anything like that. Maybe you're just, doing your thing with work, and you need a happy balance between work and personal life, whether you're single or in a commitment. But it's saying that the upgrades that are taking place in your journey at this time have to do with finding a happy balance, a happy medium between these things. Some of you, I feel, have been with the 2 of Pentacles, maybe juggling a lot of things in the journey at this time. And part of the upgrade is being able to navigate or find the happy balance between everything you're doing. And you could be, doing a lot. You could be juggling a lot of things, or maybe even wearing many hats at this time. How many of us have, more than one job? You know what I mean? Myself included. So, I feel like this is you being able to navigate these things in your life and feel at ease. 10 of Cups is also saying that the part of the upgrade has to do with your overall sense of fulfillment and happiness. I feel with the Strength, you may have gone through a lot. You may have struggled with things in the journey, maybe struggled to find the happy medium between all these different aspects of your life. The Strength card is Leo, in case some of you are Leo, have Leo somewhere heavy in your chart, maybe a stellium. But the Leo card or the Strength card is indicating here that you're overcoming these challenges. You've overcome so much in the journey to get to this point of feeling good, happy, fulfilled, and where you're able to just balance your world. Two of Pentacles, I know it's earthly, but it can also talk about, you know, balancing things. Not even, let's say it's not even just work and play. Maybe it's earthly and spiritual. You know, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have to find the middle ground or the balance between these two things because they are different. And sometimes we struggle with that on the spiritual journey, right? Like this place doesn't always resonate with us, and we feel like we belong somewhere else. So it's being able to balance that as well and kind of understand what you are and who you are while living in this experience, right? Like being in the world but not of it, so to speak. I feel like there's that taking place here as well, which is a total upgrade because it also helps you not feel the disparity of the energies taking place in our world so much, right? It's like you've tamed the beast with the Strength card energy. So a lot of this is also facing your fears in whatever area of life. You've overcome challenges, because if you think about the Strength card, it's that energy where we have to learn what we give our power to, right? We can't give our power to lower vibrational forces and energy, mindsets, patterns, paradigms, fears. We have to overcome these things. We have to remember that we're bigger than those things. And this is the lady in the card towering over the lion or taming the lion, okay, which is symbolic for taming those things within ourselves that put us in a place of fear, anxiety, stress, worry, and imbalance. So I feel like this is you conquering so much in the journey lately, and then finally arriving at a place of balance, happiness, joy, fulfillment, peace, and alignment. 2 is that number. 2 is balance, alignment, harmony, union, partnerships. I also feel that some of the upgrades that are taking place for you not only have to do with just finding harmony in your life, but have to do with relationships, love, upgrades in commitment, right? Let's talk about this 10 of Cups. Upgrades in commitment, maybe taking a current existing relationship from friend to lover, maybe from boyfriend, girlfriend to fiance, maybe from, oh, we're just dating to going exclusive. Maybe, oh, we're going from fiancés, now we're spouses. You see, there's an up level in an existing relationship. And if that's not the case, let's say you're single at this time, then this is saying that the hardships of previous relationships and love in the journey, like you've mastered yourself over these things, like you've conquered over those wounds with the Strength card. And now you're coming into alignment with someone, right, who's offering the kind of love and commitment that, you know, you deserve. They can offer something long-lasting, something fulfilling. There's definitely up-leveling and upgrades taking place in relationships, whether they're existing ones or new ones that are making their way to you to bring you this kind of like yin to your yang or yang to your yin, right? It's this feeling of, with the 2 of Pentacles, joining forces. It's a number 2, finding the balance between 2 beings and coming together to, with the 10 of Cups, like form something as a whole. And it's beautiful with the 10 of Cups because that's a card of happiness, joy, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So there are the happy times are ahead, and I feel like a lot of the challenges are behind you. It kind of feels like the Strength card, all those things maybe helped empower you, also helped you find your courage, maybe helped you find your fears. So your personal power is also up-leveling or upgrading as well in that way. But it's as a result of stepping into your power, I guess your full power, that now you can access your ultimate happiness and find balance in your life. For some of you, there's more leisure time as well that I'm picking up coming from the Ten of Cups. More leisure time for you, maybe to spend time with your friends, your family, maybe do the things that you love or that bring you joy and fulfillment. Again, being able to balance work and play to the point where you're not overworking yourself. You're able to have fun too. You're able to enjoy life as well, because the burdens of the past, maybe with the Strength card, you know, maybe it was a lot that you were dealing with, or maybe you were overworking yourself, and it feels like you're able to have more fun, more leisure, more fulfillment in other areas of your life. And it can't just be all work, 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 and no play. So part of the upgrade is in more leisure and free time to do the things that you love and spend quality time with the Ten of Cups with the people that you love. Okay, so that's beautiful. Let's see if we can get some making magic on the table as well. I also feel like part of the upgrade taking place is, again, the ability to I don't know, take on this empowered persona where nothing scares you anymore. Yeah, and because nothing scares you anymore, right? You're able to find more fun, more happiness. You're I don't know why I get the vibe of willing to take risks more. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Because if you conquered your fears and you're not scared of anything, what can disturb your peace? You see what I'm saying? And maybe that's why the happiness is incoming now. Because you balanced yourself within. You did the inner work, the inner alchemy to bring yourself into balance and alignment. Conquered your fears. So now you can find happiness. And the happiness, the joy, the fulfillment, the fun, the pleasure, the leisure time, that's what's upgrading for you. The struggle's over. And that's also a relief. Not just an upgrade, but a relief, right? Let's see if we can get a few cards. Okay. Just one more. All right. Oh, yes. Look at that. Prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. So yeah, remember I was saying that, you know, it can't just be all work all the time. You got to have space for fun and leisure and freedom and quality time with, you know, the people and the things that you enjoy. And it could be that there's an up-leveling in your career that maybe allows you to have more freedom. Maybe you're going to be working from home and there's more freedom in that. Which also, I mean, because prosperity isn't always just about money, right? Prosperity to me is ultimate freedom and leisure. And while also, right, having the means to do the things that you love. So there's some definite upgrade in prosperity over here, in your home life as well with the Ten of Cups. Maybe in your actual home, that's a possibility too. But yeah, prosperous business, maybe with the Ten of Cups, that you could be working from home. That would give you the leisure and the freedom that you want. For not just for you, but maybe for those that you love as well. So let's see. So upgrades in prosperity and abundance for sure. Also work and free time. All right, so we have triple spiral. It says listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. Okay, so let's go back. I'm sorry, I can't get focus for whatever reason. There we go. So let's go back to the understanding, right, of the Strength card. Like I said, you did the work to work through the challenges within yourself or in the journey. I think this is confirming, right, the personal power that you're about to step into because you did this. You conquered the inner lion, the inner beast, right? And you've learned your lesson. So now, right, you can live life joyfully because of that. All right, let's see what we have here. Well, look at that. Little luxuries generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. Well, dang, I would definitely consider the 10 of Cups, right? Possibly a luxurious experience and surrounding, especially when you're surrounded by Mother Nature in this card. So, yeah, definitely prosperity and upgrades and luxuries. Yeah, who wouldn't want that, right? To experience it. It's not even about, like, to me, it's not even about obtaining it. Obtaining luxury, it's more or less the experience of it. Like, what would it feel like to wear a cashmere coat? I don't know, but I would love to know what that feels like. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't even need to own it. Maybe just to know what it feels like on my skin. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of things are just for the experience of it. That isn't that why we're in this matrix, to physically experience things that, you know, we can't experience up in the spiritual realms because we don't have the physical avatar or the density to be able to do it. So I feel like you're gonna be experiencing more things with this energy here. You're gonna have more prosperity. So the upgrade is more prosperity to experience more, maybe to have more freedom so you can experience more, maybe to have more freedom so you can have the leisure, right, to do this or go there or do that. You know what I mean? Being able to balance your budget, your money, your career, and your freedom at the same time. And that is a luxury. Freedom is a luxury. Your time is a luxury. It is. It's the one thing that you can't put a price on and you can't get back. Time is everything. Time is more important than money. Right? Because I'll just keep it real. I had an experience and it was pretty scary. And the download that I got in that experience was the only thing you guys, basically, you earth beings, you earthlings, you know, the only thing you ever really want when you know you're about to leave this place is more time. You don't want money. You don't want houses. You don't want riches. You don't want none of that shit. What you want is more time. When you know you're about to freaking leave this earth, the only thing you want is more time. And that's a fact. Time is a luxury. The freedom that more time can bring, right? Or time can bring you more freedom to do more things, experience more things. That is a prosperity in itself. So if part of your journey is giving you more time, oh my gosh, free time to do the things that you love, that is definitely upgrade. And it's telling me with the Two of Pentacles that you're not only going to have the leisure, but you're also going to have the finances, right, to support that leisure. Is kind of what it's saying here. So prosperity, maybe an upgrade in your business, maybe upgrade to being self-employed, which, again, working from home, which would give you more time to be with your family. A prosperous business with riches and success. You've learned life lessons and now it's time for, you know, good times ahead. Little luxuries generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. Yeah. Time for more experiences. That is an upgrade. All right, so we have the beautiful energy of the woodpecker, and this specific one is a downy woodpecker because I see them around my house all the time. But it says, use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. Yes, the balance, right, of work and play. That is rhythm. Finding the equilibrium between spiritual and physical, that is a new rhythm. So where things were out of rhythm, out of whack, or a little chaotic, right? Because we do have the tornado in the background, which is symbolic of chaos stirring up. It's like you've managed that storm And you're finding a rhythm now which allows you more freedom, more time, more luxury, more time with family, doing the things that you love. And kind of like the feeling is giving you a sense. I don't know why I'm getting adventure, risk taking. You know what? I don't know. It's where maybe some of you are doing that. Maybe some are using your free time to pursue those things, to pursue more adventure in some way. But it says use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. So you're on the way to achieving more. And also, this is giving you more freedom at the same time. Or it's going to bring more freedom once you achieve it. Also, woodpecker is symbolic of opportunity knocking, okay? So new opportunities could put you on the path to more freedom in your life, finding a happy balance between, you know, your finances and your free time and your work and your home life. You know, that's beautiful. That's a definite upgrade for sure. Let's see if we can get a final oracle card here for you, pile number 2 viewers. And then I'll grab the dice for angel numbers. Okay, so it says adversity. See the gifts in challenge. One can be taught within the calm, okay? But the greatest lessons are learned from the storms. Oh, shit. Yeah, I was basically saying that, right? Look, it says, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. But the greatest lessons are learned from the storms. We do have the storm over here brewing in the background. I think this card is just confirming that you've gone through that. You've worked your way through that. You worked your way up out of those, you know, chaotic, disparate energies. You've brought yourself into balance, alignment, and harmony now that you're stepping into your power, right? And you're ready. Like I said, this is strange because I said this in pile number 1 that sometimes, you know, the things that we go through kind of set the foundation for the things that we're moving in the direction of. And this is giving a little bit of that too. I think you've already done this work to finally get to this place of balance, alignment, where you can find your happiness and your peace, right? That storm was necessary to help you step into your power and work through those energies to bring yourself into balance so that way you can finally be at ease. So yeah. Also, I feel that there's a gift that's coming out of the previous challenges that you faced, but it was all leading to this. This is the gift, the 10 of Cups. Definitely. See the gifts in challenge. One can be taught within the calm, but the greatest lessons are learned from the storms. Yeah. So it's like the worst is over. Right? Now it's time. Part of the upgrade is coming into your happiness, coming into happier times that are more balanced, more harmonious in your life with the people around you, maybe in your home. Yeah. All right, so let's see if we get angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These numbers, when they show up, can confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading and or provide you with additional messages that maybe you need personally on your journey at this time. I don't recommend a source to look up because it could be one you don't like. And I never want to imply that one source is better over another. So I don't provide you with a source. I want you to take the journey to find one that you connect with your heart. In that way, if it does speak to you, trust that one, go with that. Take the journey to research for yourself, because sometimes when you do, you come across other signs, synchronicity and serendipity that Spirit needs you to find. If I gave you a shortcut to research the numbers for yourself, I might totally rob you of that whole experience and taking the journey to find other nuggets from Spirit, right? So I always say, research a number for yourself, find your own magic, and see what it brings to you. So let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 2 viewers. Whoa, so that is a 7. 7, okay. That's a 9. There you go. 8, okay. So we have 798. I'll put that number in the screen for you. Pile number 2, viewers, go ahead and look at that number. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Consider maybe joining my channel membership for exclusive content and videos I put out for members only. You could also support what I do by visiting my Etsy store. I have personal readings when available. I even have starseed t-shirts and other cool things that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry. So go ahead and check me out. Have some fun exploring my shop. Take care of yourself and always keep shining. Pile number 3, viewers, this is the feather card that you chose. I will go ahead and put this here. There's a message on the back of that, so I'll be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. We are looking at the upgrades that are taking place in your life, and we'll find out what areas of life they fall in. Okay, so let's see. Upgrades taking place for you. Pile number 3, viewers. What upgrades are taking place for you? Whoa, okay. All right, so we have the 6 of Pentacles. I like that already. Let's see, upgrades taking place for you. Pile number 3, viewers. Okay. And if I need more cards, I will grab off to the side. So let's see. We have the Hermit energy. And we have the Page of Cups. Okay, I like this. Basically, what this is telling me is that the upgrades that are taking place in your life may have to do with spirituality. Not only that, but I feel like there's some creative endeavors and ideas that are popping off in your mind and in your spirit, and it's time to kind of like activate them or take the first step in the direction of them. For some of you, these creative sparks of inspiration are part of your spiritual path and purpose with the Hermit energy. The 6 of Pentacles is telling me that it's time to share these gifts with others, because it is about giving and receiving, equal give and take, reciprocity in some way, and gifting, okay? Like somebody could be gifting you something, somebody could be presenting you with an offer or an opportunity, maybe for some of you to use your gifts in a way that's going to perhaps help others find their enlightenment or put others on a spiritual path. So I feel like for some of you, the upgrades that are taking place have to do with your spiritual path and purpose, but also with your innate, right, inherent creative talents, gifts, and abilities with the Page. So I don't know how many of you are now actually in the midst of putting your gifts to work for you or putting them into practice in some way. I know that a lot of times we kind of put our gifts or talents or hobbies, the things that we really love to do, we kind of put them on the back burner because of life, right? But this is telling me that there's a spiritual journey about to take place for you, right? With the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of going inward and taking a spiritual pilgrimage of some sort. But at the end of that pilgrimage, you come out of it enlightened in some way, having gained wisdom and knowledge from the inside, then, you know, being able to apply that wisdom externally. So I do feel like for some of you, you're leveling up in your journey at this time, but what it's going to do is it's going to put you in touch with the gifts that maybe you have put on hold, or maybe gifts that you haven't even tapped into yet. And I say that because the Page of Cups. Pages are usually the first step or initiation into something new. And the cups are usually, you know, connected to the heart. They're connected to our creativity, our inspirations, the way that, you know, we connect, okay, with those things that we love or that ring true or speak to our heart. If there's any talent, art, you know, or gift or creative thing that maybe you've always wanted to try or never got the chance to, or maybe it's something that you already are proficient at but just never really tried to see where it can go. This is telling me that there's something up-leveling for you in your spiritual journey that's going to prompt you to take or make the first move in the direction of pursuing these things, because they're meant to be shared. And you might find some kind of balance, harmony, alignment, number 6 energy, right? That comes to your overall experience as a result of putting a brush to a canvas, let's say, for example, with this card, right? That's just an example. There's some kind of message also that could be coming through to you spiritually, in the spiritual realm. I say that because the Page of Cups or pages are messengers. They deliver messages. Sometimes with the page, he delivers a message of the heart or something that's on the heart. I do feel that you could be receiving some kind of communication downloaded from spirit that puts you, right, that puts you on the path to pursue this gift, this talent, this art, this creative project, whatever. It's going to prompt you, like I said, to take the first step in the direction of that and allow yourself to follow through with it this time. Especially if you've tried it before and kind of like let it fall off the wayside, or if you've always had it in mind but never even started. Well, this is the beginning. This is the starting point, because you have something that needs to be shared with the Six of Pentacles, and you have a gift that others want to access or see from you, right? They want part of that. And the Six of Pentacles is saying here, it's time to share these things. It's time to come out of hiding, right, in a way, because the Hermit is a solo thing, right? He kind of keeps himself hidden from the world. So some of you have been probably hiding your gifts from the world, or from keeping yourself from sharing them. And this is like, no, it's time to kind of like put yourself out there and try and take the first step in the direction of these things, because you have something that really is valuable and should be shared. And your overall fulfillment, maybe your spiritual path and purpose, has to do with sharing these gifts or putting that creativity out there. Your overall fulfillment, balance, and alignment is going to come from doing that. So your life could be upgrading in a very spiritual way and also upgrading in a very creative way. So if at any time you've had writer's block, or let's say you've just had just a creative block anywhere in the journey, or you didn't have the answers, maybe you didn't even have the knowledge or the skill or the thing that would take you to the next level, or maybe you didn't have all the information you needed to even get it started. The owl is symbolic in this card of wisdom. You're gaining some kind of knowledge to help assist with this. And that's part of the upgrade too, because like where there was a block, well, now you know. What you didn't know before, now you know. So that way you can pursue this. Some of you have gifts that maybe you haven't, like I said, haven't even tapped into yet. But you're going to be placed on a journey so you can access them now. And you're not going to be able to hide them under a rock for long. You're going to eventually be put on the path to share them with others, because that's part of why you're here. I also feel like for some of you, you could have with the Six of Pentacles, the upgrade could be an offer comes through, a job offer, career offer that comes through, that gives you the space for more creativity, where maybe it wasn't there before. You could also get a job offer or a job that comes through that feels more in alignment with your journey at this time, with your spiritual journey at this time. Which feels good, right? because we live in a matrix, and sometimes we're doing a lot of matrix jobs and they don't align with our values that way. Like, I'll give an example. I used to have an insurance job, and I worked in that industry for so many years, and that's a fear-based industry. They sell products based on your fears. Fear of your car getting wrecked, I need car insurance. Fear of your home getting destroyed by a tornado, right? Home insurance. Fear of dying, life insurance. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a fear-based job. They prey on your fears and sell you a product. And it got to a point where it didn't resonate with me anymore. And you could be stepping up in your spiritual journey, and you find that a lot of these matrix jobs just don't align, with you in that way anymore, because you're different. You're more evolved with the hermit energy. You've gained so much wisdom through your spiritual, pilgrimage, the pilgrimage of your soul that we all take. We're all placed on that journey eventually. And then you're looking, you could be looking for something that's just more vibrationally in alignment with you that way. A job that will provide that alignment. And maybe even some creative freedom too. And that's definitely an upgrade, especially if you're not happy with where you are right now, or with what you're doing right now. So yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is positive in that way. You could also, with the Six of Pentacles, receive a gift as well. If it's not you tapping into your gifts or accessing gifts or putting gifts to work, right, because they should be shared with the world, then somebody's gifting you with something. With that Six of Pentacles. Somebody's definitely gifting you with something. It could be that they gift you with some kind of knowledge, some spiritual awareness that you didn't have before. Sometimes Spirit uses people to deliver messages to us, and those messages oftentimes contain nuggets that we need for our journey in that moment. And that could be a catalyst for you to start something new. Pages are new energy. Take the first step in the direction of something. They can inspire an idea within you. They can maybe gift you. Let's say, I'll go back to the art and canvas. They can gift you with your first set of paints, brushes, and canvases, right? And it's like, especially if it's a birthday or a holiday, gift giving, Six of Pentacles, they're gifting you with something, and it is the catalyst. Let's say they've heard you say, oh, I've always wanted to paint, or I've always wanted to write. And next thing you know, for your birthday, you get a set of paints, a paint set. Or for your birthday, you get, a new iPad that you can write your first novel on. I don't know. I'm just using these as examples. But the upgrade could be that there's a gift that comes through that helps give you some kind of tool to help start that creative process, or help you with the first step in the direction of that. But just know that when it comes through, it's in divine alignment with some part of your spiritual journey that is needed at this time, and it's activating something new to benefit you later. Okay, so let's see if we can get 3 cards from the Making Magic. Pile number 3, let's see. Pile number 3, let's see if we can get one more card. So we have water energy. It says, water, work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. Well, this is water energy right here, Page of Cups. Also, yeah, I mean, that makes sense too, right? Because if you're starting a new, if you're taking action in the direction of a hobby, a gift, or you're tapping into those gifts, maybe intuitively, it can start a spiritual journey for you. It could be the catalyst to, you know, some kind of upgrade or up-leveling in your spiritual life at this time. And yes, it can start the process of healing. Sometimes when we tap into our gifts and use them and use our creativity, sometimes those spaces of creation are very healing, therapeutic, cathartic in some way. And it makes sense with the water energy. Okay, so let's see. All right, safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying. The Hermit is on a journey, isn't he? That's interesting. It's a spiritual sojourn of sorts. Now, for some of you, you could literally be traveling. Maybe that's part of the upgrade. But just know that if you are traveling somewhere, if you are maybe moving or relocating, if that's part of the travel, just know that the travel itself has to do with something you need spiritually. Maybe with these two cards, the water and the safe and happy travel, maybe some of you are traveling near water. And interestingly enough, we have the little creek in the background here, right? But water represents flow as well. So you're flowing in the direction, or you're moving in the direction of something that's, right, meant for your overall journey. And you might have support over here with the Six of Pentacles to assist you in the direction of this. Support from others in a tangible way, in a physical way with the Six of Pentacles. And you are protected, so just keep that in mind. Especially if you're starting something new, you might hesitate. You might have to meditate on it with the Hermit. You know, you're not sure. Spirit wants you to know that you're protected through the process of taking this journey to try something new, do something new, create something new. All right, so we have this beautiful energy of Goddess. It says healing feminine energy. Yeah. You're supported maybe by a mother figure, maybe by Mother Nature itself, maybe by divine feminine energy. It could be that you're accessing part of your internal divine feminine energy that has gifts to share in some way. You know, artists aren't meant to sit on their hands. They're meant to create. Okay, and it does feel like there's something you're meant to create to share with the world around you. And the upgrade here is that it's time. No more sitting on your hands. No more hiding your gifts and talents and the things that you know you already have inside you. No more hiding them under a rock or in the cave, the Hermit's cave, right? It's time to bring them to light and share them, because other people could benefit from maybe the beauty that you bring to the world. Let's see here. Bluebird. Okay, so it says, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. You see this person sharing their coins, sharing their harvest. So I do feel like, yeah, this is definitely, sharing is caring, but somebody's sharing things with you that can bring you blessings of happiness and peace. So yeah, I feel that there are gifts that are coming through, but these gifts that are coming through, tangible or otherwise, are meant to assist you with the greater journey ahead of you. And I honestly do believe that some of these gifts have to do with you, like the things that you were brought here to earth to share. There's a lot of different talents we all have, whether it be music, writing, creating art, you know, our, you know, intuitive gifts, spiritual gifts. You're meant to harness them and share them. All right, let's see, final oracle card, pile number 3. All right, so we have union here. It says, you have seen and unseen allies draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. Like I said, with the 6 of Pentacles, support. Support surrounding you to help be the catalyst, I feel, to allow this to happen. Like I said, what if somebody gifts you with a set of paints? Gifts you with something that can help you launch a creative business off the ground, or launch a creative idea off the ground. You have allies. You're coming into alignment and union with people who want to support what you want to put out. Maybe you're doing a Kickstarter, right? I don't know if you ever heard of Kickstarter. A lot of people put their things on there that they want to kind of launch, and they need support from others to help that happen. And that's part of the upgrade here. You know, you could be writing a book and you know, need help publishing it, and you could put it on a Kickstarter, and the next thing you know, you have support to help you launch that project, that creative project with the Page of Cups. And maybe that creative project is a passion. You know, maybe it's part of your soul's purpose with the Hermit energy. Maybe that is your contribution and gift to the greater good. You know, passion project. Yeah, I feel that it is in alignment, or has something to do with your greater spiritual purpose here on this earth. Whatever it is that you're launching or about to launch, or need help launching, or getting off the ground in some way. But it says you have seen and unseen allies. Seen and unseen. Well, seen in the earthly realm, right? But then also you have allies in the spiritual realm, the unseen realms. You know, there's a force surrounding you to help this thing flourish, to help you flourish while you achieve it. You are being gifted, the card says, with the bluebird, and bluebirds are a symbol of happiness. You're being gifted with blessings and happiness and peace. So maybe your peace, your internal peace, your spiritual peace can be found in this creative art project, endeavor, goal. Right? Your overall sense of peace and fulfillment is going to come from that. And it's time to tap into that creative feminine energy. Also, feminine energy, divine feminine energy of Goddess is also the creative process as well. It's the creation process. It's also the receptivity, okay? Receiving, giving and receiving. It's also receptive energy. And you have the 6 of Pentacles here, which is about that. Being receptive, open to receiving. Goddess energy, healing feminine energy. What Goddess does receive. She's also receptive and creative. So, yeah, this is definitely a reading that's tapping into some kind of gift that needs to be shared with the world. So whatever gift you're hiding under a rock, you're not going to be able to hide it for much longer, because the greater good, the world needs it. Okay? It needs what you have to offer. It needs your contribution. All right? And that's what this is saying. And your happiness is going to come from sharing it. So again, if your creative projects or goals have been kind of on the slow and go, well, you're going to have some kind of benefactor, ally with the 6 of Pentacles that's going to come through to assist you, right? To launch this thing off the ground. Because you deserve to be heard, seen, and your gifts to be shared. That's also what this is telling. You're coming into or making contacts, right? Because it says union. You're coming into contact with the right people, places, and scenarios to help this happen. Because your gifts, it kind of feels like your gifts have been hidden. Maybe not by even of your choosing, okay? Sometimes the algorithms, as an example, hide things, videos, content, for example, my channel included, from reaching a wider audience. Okay. Just saying. It's a real thing. Okay. But there's something that's happening to kind of turn the tables on that. So that's not the case anymore for you. All right. Let's see if we can get an angel number. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. The angel numbers that come up can indeed confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading and or provide you with a message maybe that you need personally on your journey at this time. I don't recommend a source because it could be one you don't like. And two, I never want to imply that one source is better over another because there's many on the internet. I say find one that resonates with your heart space. Trust that one. Go with that one. Also take the journey for yourself because you could come across other signs, synchronicity, and serendipity that spirit needs you to find. And if I gave you a shortcut to the number interpretation, I would probably rob you of that complete experience of finding those other nuggets that spirit needs you to find. I don't want to rob anybody of finding the magic for themselves, okay? So again, do your own research, look up the number, find the magic for yourself, see what it brings. All right, so that is a 1. Which is also tying into the Page of Cups because that's new energy and it's the first step in the direction of something. Okay. All right, look at that. We have a 6. With the 6 of Pentacles, and we have a 0. So look up the number 160. It adds up to 7. You could also look up the number 7 if you want to reduce it down. See what that number brings to you, pile number 3 viewers. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you and the support that you give, whether it be through YouTube, maybe joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings as well, that I put out for members only. You could also support what I do via my Etsy store. Check me out. I have personal readings when available. I also have t-shirts, starseed t-shirts that I have designed myself, and I even have handmade crystal jewelry that I also make on my free time. So check me out there at your leisure. Have fun exploring my shop. I appreciate all of you. Take care and always keep shining.